Hey everyone, so I haven't filmed in a few weeks because my life's been a bit busy. Like, I've gone from one job to another job, and then I went home for a couple of days. I haven't really had the time to do any filming because I finish at like 5:30 now, and whilst we're getting into summer, the lights still aren't quite bright enough for me to film in my room because like the lighting's just not great, and it's probably not great now because like my curtain's in the way and I'm at my desk to film this because I wanted to do this video. But yeah, so that's where I've been for the past couple of weeks. So today I'm not really doing much, but I thought I'd film a video, and then I was like, why don't I film myself getting ready to make that video? So like putting on my makeup before I film the video, because like at least gives me like more content to make, because I'm kind of like, I'm not the most creative person, so I'm just trying to come up with ideas and stuff. But I'm also going to see Infinity War finally later. It's been I've just been too busy to go and see it, and I'm so annoyed about it because it's like I come home at night after work and I'm so tired I just can't bother going out, or I'm going to the gym because I'm trying to get back fit. So I thought I'd film my makeup collection just to, for a little bit, ignore the chewing gum there. So as you can see, I've got a few bullet lipsticks which I've just like decluttered because I had so many that I just don't use anymore. A lot of liquid lipsticks. There's my sprays, like primer, blah blah blah, some of my Bioderma and stuff like that, which I'm trying not to use, but I'm trying to get rid of because I didn't realise they were a L'Oreal company and sold in France. Not France, sold in China. And then I've got all my foundations. So I've got some high end, some low end, and then I've got my concealers, my highlighters and stuff. It's not a very good like display kind of thing, it's more just for me to use. Then I've got my moisturisers, my highlighters, etc. And then I've got my makeup palettes, and then I've got my case with my brushes in it, which I'll open. Oh, just lost one. Like that. It's a bit of a mess because I'm not very good at cleaning my brushes because they're powders, so I just like dust them off. And then I've got my bag full of rubbish, which is like my daily stuff, but okay. So the first thing I do in my makeup is I put on my gel moisturiser. I'm using this one at the moment, which is Kiehl's, but I don't really want to be using this for like, I'm finishing it and then I'm not going to use it again because they sell in China, so they test on animals. So I'm going to be moving on to the Body Shop Seaweed Oil Control Gel Cream. But yeah, because I have like quite an oily face, gel moisturisers are much better for me because it means like it's a lot more balancing than putting on a regular moisturiser. Like, I'm not going to get as oily during the day, which is quite a problem for me, especially in my T-zone area. Like, I don't really get dry spots, it's mostly just like oily here and then normal the rest of my face, so it's like I'd rather just control the oil. Yeah, I use this to kind of help, and I've noticed such a change in my makeup since I started using this, which I didn't even think about as like oil-free moisturiser, if you know what I mean, until like Laura Lee was talking about like things to do when you've got oily skin, and I was like, wow, tried it, loved it. So once that's set in, because you need to give your skin like a minute or two just to like get your stuff, like let it sink in. So I'm going to be using 3 primers because I'm extra as hell. So I've got the NYX Angel Veil, LA Pro Prep, and LA Girl Pro Prep, sorry, and Fix and Fix primer from Etude House. So like I'll explain to you throughout, like I'll explain to you as I'm doing it why I have 3. So like my Angel Veil I put like all over my face. This is nearly finished. I've got another one, don't worry. Why would you worry? So I put this all over my face. A little bit more. This is like my general use primer, but I've noticed like, especially my T-zone, stuff just like moves constantly, so I feel like I need to put on a little bit more primer there. So I use the Fix and Fix primer for like red areas, so like kind of on my cheeks going into my nose, just to calm things down a little bit. Although I'm quite lucky I'm not too red, because I know some people get really red, which is such a shame. I blend that in with my beauty blender because I feel like it kind of blends it in a little bit better than my fingers would for something like that, because it's a colour rather than like cream. And then I just use my Pro Prep, which is like your traditional silicone based primer. This isn't a specific one I use, I just got this because I was trying to find primers at one point and I bought this one and I was like, okay, well I need to use it somehow. So I've been using it on my T-zone. Okay, so now that's done, I have to decide what foundation I'm going to be using today. And that's a chore, because it's like, I always just want to be wearing my Fenty foundation because I adore it. Like, I didn't think it would live up to the hype when it came out, because I'm like, okay, it's Rihanna, everyone's like buzzing about it because it's Rihanna. And then I tried it and I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, it stays on my T-zone. It stays for hours. Like, I used to, when I was working at a casino, like, it would stay on the entire 10 hours when I was like running around like a nutter. So like, that's how good it was. But it's very full coverage, and like for a day like today when I'm not really doing too much, I don't want to be wearing something like that, so I'm not going to wear that. And it's also like nearly £40 for me to buy it, because I have to buy it from Harvey Nicks and then they charge like £5 shipping, which is like crazy. So I'm thinking I'm either going to try, I don't know if I want to be matte today or glowy. I think I'm going to go with this actually. So I'm going to be wearing the Revolution Fast Base Foundation in F6. I got this recently and I was like, I wore it like once or twice and I was quite impressed by it. Like, I've never really worn stick foundations before in the past, and like they always kind of scared me, but I thought I'd try this because it's like so cheap, because you know Revolution's like one of the cheapest brands, and I was like thoroughly impressed by it. So yeah, thought I'd use this today. I know it doesn't really look my colour when I'm putting it on, but I promise you it blends out. So since I've not been here, I have been watching YouTube videos, I just haven't had time to film. But I wanted to ask how all you guys are doing. If you've been reading any good books recently. What have I been reading? I'm currently reading one of the Vampire Academy books, which is kind of just meh, because it's Vampire Academy, but it's like entertaining. What else have I been reading? I tried to read Eleanor Oliphant is whatever it's called by Gail Honeyman, you know, that big book that's been like hyped everywhere, but I just didn't get it. It wasn't like a thing. I'm currently reading The Astonishing Colour of After by Emily X.R. Pan. I'm not sure about it yet because I'm only 10% in, so I don't know what my feelings are on it yet. Oh, it's a line and a half. I don't really think this is my colour, but it's not too far off considering like they had none of the really pale shades. I'm not like super pale, so it's not too bad. Like once I put powder on, it kind of like lightens it up a little bit, so that's fine. For concealer, I'm going to use Tarte Shape Tape. Everyone else goes on about this, and like it's good, but it's not as like everyone says like, oh, it doesn't crease and all that, but it creases on me. But maybe that's just because I'm a creasy bitch. I don't know. So one of the things I was wanting to talk about was I've been shopping recently, as I've now like I've got money to do that because I didn't have money before because I was a poor student, and now I have a full-time job, so I do. But like everything in the shops is so boring. Like there's nothing I want. It's all rubbish. It's all guff, as we say in Scotland. It's like it's either really ugly print or it's like really ugly style, and it's just like I'm not getting anything from it that I want to buy. Like the only place I liked any of the clothing in was H&M, and I took it home, and this is my mini rant. I took it home because I couldn't be bothered trying it on in store because I didn't have the time for that. So I took it home. I tried it on, and everything was so tight across my chest area, and it's like, yeah, I've put on like weight in the past 2 years, so I've had to go up a dress size, but like not to the point where like nothing fits me here in a dress size up. That's crazy. Like it really wound me up. So I'm going to put on a little bit of liquid highlighter from Revolution because I can't afford all that iconic London and all that kind of stuff. You know, who can? Apart from like big name cute YouTubers. So I put this on under my like powder because like it gives a more natural kind of glow, although who wants a natural glow? But it's more like, I'm probably going to put something on top of this as well. But yeah, and then the other place I want to talk about is doing something similar. It's bloody Primark. So like, I went in when I was starting at a casino and I bought some like general kind of black work clothes, right? I was trying it on, and I was trying on a size 16, which is like the size I've started wearing recently, because I used to be a 14. So I was trying on a size 16 and nothing was fitting me, even on trousers, and I'm normally like at 14 on trousers now when I'm a 16 on the top. So I was like, what the heck? So I tried on 18s and they fit, but I'm just like, I'm not an 18. Like, there's nothing wrong with being an 18, but I'm not an 18. And it's like, and then a couple weeks later, I went in and bought like a kind of t-shirty kind of top with long sleeves. And it fit me as a 12. Which is like, how am I wearing a 12 and an 18 at the same time? That's like ridiculous. Like, I know Primark's not great because like it's such a cheap place, but like that's mental. Oh, just wind me up. I'm using Between the Sheets by Colourpop to blush. I like to use a fair amount of blush because I'm pale as heck. Blend it out. Gives myself a little bit of definition. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is taking my face with Kat Von D setting powder. This stuff's okay. Like, it's better than other setting powders I've used, but... So what have you lot been watching recently? I've been watching British Bake Off on Netflix because they put all 7 seasons on, and like, this is shocking coming from a British person, but I've never watched it before. I know, you're all surprised. Because I just didn't think it was going to be for me, and then I started watching it, and just to see like what it was like, and I can't stop watching it, and I'm on season 6 now. I think it's like 6 seasons in 2 weeks or something, which like doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have a full-time job, it's a lot. My flatmate's also making me watch that Love Island thing, like season 1 of Love Island, which was in 2015, and like, oh my god, it's so ridiculous and so addictive. I don't understand it. So the next thing I do is my brows, which I'm going to quickly like speed through on the camera because this doesn't take me too long, but it's a bit fiddly. I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Brown in Brow Wiz and Soft Brown in the Dip Brow. I know, 2 things. How extra. Oh, my shoulder. I've had really sore shoulders today. I don't know what's going on. It's like, it feels like it needs to, like, you know, when you go like that and it clicks. I feel like I need to be doing that, but nothing's happening. So, I'm just gonna have to deal with it all day. On top of, like, still having a headache that I started with yesterday. That's my brows done. I'm quite proud of my brows. I used to be awful at brows. Like, I look back on photos and I'm like, oh my god, my brows are terrible. Now I'm pretty like, quite like my brows. So I'm going to be using Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I love this palette. I have another Too Faced palette that I want to buy, and it's the Chocolate Gold palette. And like, as soon as I can afford it, like, because I don't, like, I've only been at my job a few weeks now, so I don't know, like, how much money I have and like, how much money I will have in a month, if you know what I mean, like, taking into account bills and stuff, so I don't know what I can afford at the moment, so I'm trying to live like I did before I got my job, but yeah, so we'll see. I might be able to afford it quite soon, although I did just buy my hotel and flights to London for YALC, which, like, the flights didn't cost me anything apart from £35 because, like, I got my dad to give me his air miles, so instead of charging me 100 and something, it was like £35 to fly British Airways with luggage in the hold, which is, oh, I'm so happy. It means I can take more books back than I thought I could. But the hotel was a lot because obviously London in the summer is so expensive. Oh my god, my bake is like flying everywhere. I use this like brush cleaning sponge I got from Sephora in Italy. It's like amazing. Like, it takes all your like dry products off your brushes, which is why I don't bother cleaning my brushes, because I just use this thing to like dust it all off. I probably should be cleaning my brushes because it's not very sanitary, but you know, depression. So yeah, back to the store is like having really terrible sizing at the moment. Like, I can't imagine, like, I'm quite I'm quite secure in myself. Like, I'm not a massive fan of my body at the moment, but like, it is what it is. But I can't imagine being someone who has severe like body image problems, going into like H&M or Primark and trying something on, and it's just like, it just won't fit even though it's the size they normally wear. Like, that would be soul destroying. Especially like if I'd done that as a 16-year-old, I would have like cried probably, because like that's just like, it's not what you want, is it? So I just went in with peaches and cream. I think I'll go in with puree. It's a good transition. The one thing I hate about these Too Faced palettes is they've got such stupid mirrors. Why is it so small? Why is that so small? Why is it not the full thing? Apparently it is in the chocolate gold palette though, which I am so excited to get around to buying. I think that's like the next palette I'm going to buy, because I'm like terrified it's going to go out of stock. I don't know why I'm terrified about that, but I am. I don't know what to talk about. Like, what are people talking about in these videos? Like, a lot of people do Q&As and I'm like, I don't have a big enough following to do a Q&A. No one would ask me anything. I think I'm going to go back into my crease with Delectable, because I like to put like a bit purple in my crease. I'm not having a fun time here because I don't normally do my makeup at my desk, so I can't figure out the lighting. Well, that's better. I normally do my makeup on my bed. I reckon I'm going to get through this, and I won't have been in shot the entire time. I'm looking into buying like a better camera instead of just using my phone, because like I used to have a digital camera, you know, like one of those like small like point and shoot ones, and I don't want to get one of them now, like it's broken. So I want to try like is it bridge cameras or whatever they're called, you know, the ones that are like kind of like a baby DSLR, because I want to give this YouTube thing a real go. And also like I just like to have a camera. Just gonna do a bit of blending, and then I think, what am I gonna do next? I think I'm gonna go in with Candied Peach, which is the nice proper peachy colour. Oh, my shoulder is texting me. I quite like the Sweet Peach palette because it's quite good for like creating like not as like bold looks, which I have a lot of palettes that are good for that. So like, and it creates like nice like little like. Then of course I'm going to boost it up with some other stuff. So I'm now using a Bling Bling eye stick from E2 Tice. It's really good for inner corner. Actually, I can't do my inner corner yet because I'm casted off my bake. And then I go in with that same powder again, just to kind of do my whole face, set my whole face. I don't know how people only bake and don't like set their whole face, because like I would be oily without it. I would literally look like oil spill on my face. Now I can do my inner corner and my under eyes. So Bling Bling eye stick in colour, I don't know what colour it is, 1 Shooting Star. I think that looks probably quite gross actually. I'm going to go on my little lower lash line with my fave Paradox from Colourpop. I love this. It's such a nice like pinky reddy. Oh, I just love it. Newsflash, Tarte Shape Tape does in fact crease. So that's what I should have done. I'm going to go back in with my like liner and stuff like that in a bit. First, I'm going to finish off my face. So I'm using the Revolution bronzer, which you can't even see on the thing. So I'm going to be trying my new Morphe brush today. Got it the other week. I'm so buzzing. Look at the size of this. Proper makeup day, I'll go in with contour and bronzer, but I'm only filming and going to cinema. So, oh, I'm quite impressed with that. I like this brush. It's massive, but it's lovely. Oh, it's like the size of my face. Highlight. Mary Luminizer. Do you guys like makeup? Because I adore makeup. I love like creating looks with it. And like this is kind of just like a simple basic look, but ooh, look at my sweat patches. Liner. Lashes. So I'm probably gonna like film this like off camera because this takes a load of work. I've already fucked up. My layer done. I'm going in with my Better Than Sex Too Faced and Innisfree Skinny Micro Cara. This stuff's amazing for your lower lash line. Oh my god, okay. So mini story time. I've just thought of something I can talk about. So was it last weekend? No, 2 weekends ago. I was talking to my best friend and I was like, hey Jess, have you seen Love, Simon yet? And she was like, oh no I haven't. And I was like, oh, I was planning on going this weekend to see it again. Do you want to go with me? And she was like, yeah, okay. So I was looking at film times, and the film times for the Glasgow like city centre cinema was like ridiculous. Like it was either like They only had one showing and it was 5 p.m. Jess finished work at 6, so that was a no-go. And then I was like looking at the times for the rest of the week and it was like 3 times during the day, and I'm like, why on a weekday is there more showings than there is on the weekend? That makes absolutely no sense. So anyway, went on a mini rant about that, and then my flatmate Marilyn said to me, why don't you look at Silverburn? And I was like, oh, I hate going to Silverburn, but like I work near there now, so I don't like driving there, doesn't scare me like it did a few years ago. So I was like, fine, I'll look. I looked and it had much better showings on the weekend. I think it was like 8 o'clock they had it. So we were like, okay, we're gonna go grab some food at Yo, and then we're gonna, okay, well, and then we can go see the film. We didn't think about booking it because it'd been out a few weeks, so it was like, how do people do stuff while they're doing lit rooms? Okay. And also it was the first opening weekend of like Infinity Wars, so we thought no one would be going to see it. We got there and it was completely sold out, and it was like after all the rigmarole I went through to make sure that like we could find a showing of it, it was sold out. And we got there before it started as well, which we never do. See, this is the problem when you have a cinema like subscription card, because like you get so cocky that you think, oh, there'll be tons of space, and then there isn't, and you're like, what am I going to do now? So like we stood there for a good 10 minutes trying to figure out what we were going to do. So in the end I just drove us back to my flat and we watched some rubbish on Netflix until Jess's boyfriend finished work. Such a disaster. Just like my lips. Oh god. Ooh. Talk about overdoing the line. Okay. I'm happy with that. Did some setting spray. And like I said, I'm extra. So I use 2 setting sprays. One to make it all matte and one to like dew it up after that, which sounds a bit crazy. Then Kat Von D Lock It. Oh, I love the spray on this. Such a nice like fine spray. So my camera cut out like midway through my ending, so that was nice. So here I am, finished and ready, and got my hair all done, and I'm gonna film my next video, make some soup, and then go out and see Infinity War. So I am excited. But yeah, thanks for watching. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram and Goodreads at Smeared Eyes, and on my blog at kirstyreadsblog.wordpress.com. I'll leave the links down below. Thanks for watching. Maybe give me a like, maybe subscribe, I don't know. Thank you. Bye. Why is my bake not lying? Ugh, my bake doesn't want to go on my forehead, so that's nice. Oh, I've just got powder on my black jeans. That's nice.